Hey, y'all. Good morning, everybody, on this way back Wednesday. It's the Chris Allen morning show on the Sam channel. Well, it's actually the weather part of, my show. Anyway, Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Yeah, it's raining. It's raining again. Uh-oh. Good Supertramp song, by the way, which you can hear on my show on the radio. Sam 100.7, 6 to 10 every morning. Look at all that rain. It's backing off just a little bit here at 7:25, the current time, as I'm doing this podcast. The rain has been pretty moderate, sometimes occasionally heavy. When it comes down, you can hear it on your rooftop. You can hear it just kind of coming down steadily. It's good sleeping weather, and that's what I wanted to do this morning when it was time to get up. I just wanted to keep sleeping because I could hear that rain just on the roof, and it was just like, "Oh, yes, that's good. Keep coming." And then I'd drift back off and then remember I needed to get back up and get everything going this morning. It's one of those kind of days. So and all this rain is going to come in waves. As I've talked about the last few days. This is one big chunk of it that's coming through this morning. There will be more rounds of rain as we get into this afternoon and tonight. Let's look down the pike here. Here comes another big piece of that energy. Look at this low pressure systems. There's one, two, three, and you've got four up here where we are. And all of those are going to ride along this stalled boundary. And so each time one of these low pressure systems just kind of pass by the area, then what it does is it squeezes out all of this moisture and just keeps it raining over and over and over again. And so it's a steady stream that is coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and will continue to push everything our direction. So even though some of this may back off just a little bit for a few hours later this morning, we're going to get a new surge of rain just in time for the drive home and this evening and then again tomorrow. This next surge, though, could even have some rumbles of thunder in it because now we're approaching 60 for temperatures, and the dew points are also climbing into the 50s and may even get close to 60. When that happens, you start to get a little bit of instability and a little convection, and therefore you'll get a rumble of thunder and maybe some briefly heavy rain. And that's why portions of Tennessee and to the south are under flood watches. There's a flood watch out south of Nashville for lots of heavy rain today through Thursday afternoon, through tomorrow afternoon. Uh, already saturated ground. You know the deal here. Now, the flood watch does not go into the Bowling Green, Southern Kentucky area, but it is possible that we could get a flood watch or an aerial flood watch or something like that. It's possible just based on the amount of rain that's coming in. Plus, you've got the already saturated ground from the snow melt that we had. All that, a couple of inches of snow melted. Then you've got this rain on top of it. Everything is well soaked. Don't get hung up in anybody's yard, please, or yours, or anywhere else. It is that muggy, not muggy, muddy and soggy. So, yeah, and it's going to continue. So, we get a little break that we're seeing here, maybe some lighter rain, but then this next surge of energy comes in during the day, and we're going to just continue to be wet on this Wednesday. And oftentimes it may even get a little windy or a little breezy. And then there's the fog. We were seeing that last night when I was doing the weather at News 40 at 10 o'clock. I could see kind of like a layer of fog that was trying to form over the city. And we'll see a lot more of that, I think, tonight because you've got warmer air coming in over a very cold ground. The ground is still very cold or colder from the snowpack that we had. So naturally, we're going to see some fog develop, and that's going to be an issue along with the rain and everything else. Here's a look at temperatures this morning, courtesy of the Kentucky Mesonet Network, as of almost 7:30. Everybody pretty much statewide is in the 50s. Here you see it's 54, 55 here in Bowling Green. Lots of other places, mid to upper 50s, low 50s off to the north. Let's check rainfall. Let's go. Okay, since midnight. So since midnight, we have picked up almost 8/10 of an inch of rain at the Corvette plant and just over 8/10 of an inch at the southern station here in Warren County at the Ag Expo Center. But the big winners so far has been in Logan County. Russellville has picked up an inch and a third, thereabouts. And Morgantown, Butler County has picked up an inch and 11 hundredths. In fact, Russellville just went to an inch and a third even. Around it, half inch, 6/10, 8/10. Okay. So that's since midnight. Let's go before that. Let's go 24 hours. And we have picked up almost an inch here in Bowling Green, lighter amounts to the east, well over an inch, Morgantown, inch and a half, Logan County, an inch in Elkton, an inch up in, is that Muhlenberg County? Yeah, Greenville. So you see here a lot. This has been the area with the most rain, and there's more coming. That's the thing. So as we get this moisture training, so to speak, like a train, it gets moving over the same real estate, then the potential for flooding goes up. And this is right along the Green River Basin. So any of the creeks and streams and all of that that go to it, yeah, you're more likely to get some minor flooding in some of those areas. So that certainly will have to be watched. Here's a look at the model blender as far as temperatures over the coming days. 60s today, around 60, 65 maybe tomorrow. 65. Crazy. Feels good though. Then we go into the 50s Friday, Saturday, 40s Sunday, Monday, but that's as cool as we get. Then we're right back into the 50s and even close to 60 next week. So everything will be rain. There's no snow in this forecast for the next week to 10 days. It's going to be way too warm, even at night. It's just not going to be there. So we're done, not seasonably done, but we're done for the time being with any kind of wintry weather. It's all going to stay far away from us. As you'll see here by the maps, we've got several waves of low pressure coming through the area this morning, stalling out. So here's one, two, three, four, five with this trough, six, there's seven. I mean, there's all kind the systems here are in a log jam, and you've got a stalled system to the north of it. So it's these lazy boundaries and the ripples of low pressure that just ride along those boundaries that's going to keep us wet and it's going to keep us warm over the next few days. So here we go right now to this afternoon. Look at all this. The yellow back here is fog. I mean, there is dense fog that's going on, big areas, fog advisories and stuff. If you're going into southern Illinois, if you're going into Missouri, parts of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, fog everywhere. And it's because of that warmer air that's going over the colder ground from all the snow. And so that's a hazard just by itself. They will see no sun today. They will just see fog. and some rain in a few places. We're going to see the fog more prevalent, I think, tonight, but we're still calling for this next wave of rain to come in as we get on into this evening, overnight, another wave or two of low pressure again along that stalled boundary. So it's going to be wet. I'm telling you, folks. Not until we get into Friday. This is actually late Thursday night. A cold front does come through. Early Friday, we get a break. Weak, sort of weak, high pressure. Residual rains out to the east and south. It's going to be a cloudy day for Friday, but then the next piece of energy that's over the Gulf will influence our weather. And here we go again. That low pressure system that's down south will come right up the Mississippi River and taunt us again with more rain on Saturday, maybe even some thunder with this. And then a residual boundary, a little disturbance, short wave that comes through for Sunday early with showers. We finally clear things up a little bit on Monday, although I think it will still be kind of cloudy. Tuesday, mostly sunny, but here comes another cold front. That log jam of systems is finally out of here, but by the time we get into next Wednesday, here we go again. And even though it's not painted on here, possibility of another round of showers next week, next Wednesday, a week from today. So we could do this all over again. How much rain are we talking about still? Some pretty impressive rainfall totals over the coming days. But I have noticed that the center of the highest amount of rain has shifted further south with the low pressure system that's over the Gulf. We're still talking in this kind of reddish purple magenta color, 2 to 3 inches of rain. I mean, it's still going to be that at least between now and the upcoming weekend. So lots of rain, nothing else. Just be careful. Standing water on the roadways, lots of it out there. Ponding. You could hydroplane very easily if you're going too fast on the interstates and parkways, roadways. Slow down. In the meantime, have a great Wednesday. God bless you and thank you all for watching. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning, or you can catch me tonight on News 40 WNKY because local matters at 5, 6, and 10.